I think we're live. Are we live, everyone? Yes, we are. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back in with a new stream, and that is right. We are live on this beautiful April 3rd, 2024. I hope everyone's having a phenomenal day, night, afternoon, midnight, wherever you're on the world. I'm starting a great day myself. And today we are joined by the fan favorite known as Tyrone. Had a stroke for
Damn,
a second.
dude, look. I guess you could say you had a backstroke of the West.
Oh, good lord. Don't. For those that don't know, it's a Star Wars thing. But point is, we are back on this beautiful April 3rd. And today we have to talk about the big fundraiser that both Trump and the RNC had the past month, or the fundraising haul. Because there's been a lot of rumors going around saying the Trump campaign is bankrupt and the RNC has no money either. Well, the RNC and Trump just last month fundraised $66 million. And a lot of people are suddenly saying that's not enough. He needs more. And now it's like, well, actually, he needs 80 million or 100 million or 150. Either way, the last month of fundraising for Trump has been damn good. Now, before we continue with today's stream, I hope you enjoy these streams. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell.
Okay, my bad. My bad. Jedi Council are the Presbyterian Church. The Sith Lords are the South hosts. The Sith are West and the Big.
That's for those that don't know, it's a Chinese translation. They had to translate back to English.
Okay, so basically, there is a bootleg copy of Revenge of the Sith called Star Wars: The Third Gathers, the Backstroke of the West, and it was a machine translated English into Chinese back into English so they could get away with certain bullshit regarding copyright laws and paying Lucasfilm royalties in China. It's got the funniest fucking shit. Like Anakin is called a la Gold, and Obi-Wan is called Ratio Tile.
Ratio Tile. Oh, good lord! And of course, join the channel today. Again, folks, like Tyrone says, just $1 a month. I mean, $1. You can join the channel, right? $1.
Yeah, come on, guys. It's $1. $1, and you could be at full cock, just like a la Gold.
Did you just say that?
You have done well by it. Yeah.
Tell them what that actually means, because they're gonna.
Yeah, you're at full cock is what they literally translate. Palpatine saying to Anakin is you have done well, my apprentice. For some reason, it translates into you are at full cock now. There's no explanation on the website. It just says you are at full cock now.
Oh my freaking lord! Most random moment.
I should mention I'm drinking moonshine right now.
Wow, that's not a surprise. And of course, everyone, like usual, if you have any questions, concerns, comments,
super chat, that's the greatest way for us to get to you.
Yep, and we got a super chat. Jason Christie for 5. Have you seen what apparently base Jim Pillen apparently wants to do? Yes,
let's open up with that.
Yeah,
first.
let's actually, sure, I'll pull it up.
Yeah, so, that actually.
This is huge.
Doesn't look like the main Democrats are going to be able to do it likewise, which is actually fucking good for us.
Wait, what did you say?
James had mentioned that it doesn't look like the main Democrats are going to be able to do so in kind over in Maine.
Yeah, so for those that don't know, Nebraska's trying to gut their electoral college system where they go by districts. They want to get rid of that. That's their main goal, and it sounds like they have a good shot of doing it, because why would they announce this if they didn't have a plan to get it done? And apparently Democrats flipped the Republican Party, and they might have the votes to do it now. Maine, they have to do like a constitutional amendment. They just don't got the votes in the state. So it may only be one electoral vote, but this gives Trump a pathway to, tying through the electoral college and then winning through the House. It's not likely, but you always want that worst case scenario. You want that in your back pocket somewhere. Nobody reaches 270. Well, it goes to the House, and how the House does it, Trump would win. So that's why people are pushing for Nebraska to do this. And it sounds like it might pass. Now, we just gotta see what happens, but...
I mean, another big thing about that is they're also tying it to voter ID, which is a pretty popular issue in Nebraska right now. So voting against that is also going to be voting against voter ID in the state of Nebraska. So...
Yeah, so they're gonna try to like get it forced through. I think it does pass because they got enough votes now because the Democrat flipped. And how Nebraska does I don't think it's only one chamber, right? They only got one. I think it's only
Yeah,
like
no,
yeah.
they have a unicameral chamber,
Yeah.
unicameral.
They only got one chamber, so you need a Democrat to flip because they have a stupid filibuster law in the state. But either way, it looks like that
Hold
Republicans
on,
have
I'll
a
be
good
right
shot.
back. I got to deal with something in real life.
All right, so Tyrone's gone for now, but it's gotten to a point that Biden and his people have reached out to Nebraska Democrats saying, we need to do something about this. The private outreach confirmed by two people familiar with it and granted anonymity to speak freely suggests that the Democrat Party, from the president on down, has begun to take more seriously the possibility of the legislation known as LB 764 passing. Former President Donald Trump and the state's Republican Governor Jim Pillen are encouraging state lawmakers to move legislation that would repeal the Nebraska 1991 law that divides electors based both on who wins a state and how each candidate performs in the 3 congressional districts. Republican activists have targeted the law precisely because in recent cycles, including 2020, the Democratic candidate won the Omaha-based 2nd district, giving them an additional electoral college vote. But that's not only the reason. It's like, okay, one elector, whoop-de-doo. There is a pathway for Biden to win while losing like Georgia, Arizona, I think Nevada.
Okay, I'm back.
And I actually want to pull up this map here because this is why just one.
Fairly Odd Politics for $10. Thanks for the very generous super chat. What do you think Wisconsin will look like by the end of the next decade?
I think leaning
Republican.
Republican. I think leaning Republican. So I want to bring this up because this is why this is a big deal. If this passes, like, let's just say Trump wins all of this. No, he doesn't win Illinois. Good Lord. All right, so let's just say the map ends up something like this.
He doesn't trust the plan.
He doesn't trust the plan. Good Lord. But let's just say somehow this is the map. I think it's something like this. Yeah, it is. So, under the current map, let's say Trump won Nevada, Arizona, and Georgia. In this scenario, all right, Biden would win because of Nebraska's 2nd. But if they go by statewide results, Nebraska's 2nd would go to Trump. Therefore, giving it a tied electoral college. And at that point in time, Biden would have a tied vote and would lose in the House. Because they vote by state delegation in the House. It's a weird system, but based on the current maps we got, Republicans should be the favorites in that scenario. So, it looks like we're going to get this law changed. Now,
just to be clear with this map, to anyone, if Nevada flips red, Wisconsin's also flipping red.
Well, yeah, but
So,
I'm just like giving a scenario where
I'm just saying that, like, I know for a fact certain people are going to say this isn't realistic because it's the Midway. Like, no, Wisconsin is pretty in sync with, like, Nevada and other states trending redwards.
Yeah, this is just like, a worst case scenario. Biden brings back the blue wall, but Trump does good in the Sun Belt type of scenario. At that point in time, like, yeah, you would probably have Wisconsin flipping, but you still want to have that backup option where, okay, we're tied. That means go to the House.
No, for sure. You should take any power and any chance of winning wherever you can.
Yeah.
People who don't understand this simply just don't understand politics.
And as for Maine, apparently they can't change the law. I think it's in their state constitution, so they really can't do much. So that's why this is not good. That's why Democrats are saying, like, crap, it might pass. There's a decent amount of momentum behind it, but there are only a handful of legislative days left, so it'll be a Herculean effort to make it happen logistically. Said Barry Rubin. Herculean, whatever. Said
Herculean.
Whatever.
Herculean.
I'm going to throw something to you. Barry Rubin, a Nebraska-based lobbyist. Pressure from national groups, along with the governors and others, in addition to the enormous impact of removing the blue dot from Nebraska's 2nd, could certainly move this along. In elections past, Nebraska electoral college votes were largely immaterial, but this cycle, Biden's simplest path to re-election has long been seen as winning the old Democrat blue wall, PA, Michigan, and Wisconsin, and then the Omaha area district. And that's why it's important, because again, it's unlikely, but you don't want to be stuck in a scenario where somehow we're back to 2004 and Trump sweeps the Rust or the Sun Belt, but Biden wins the Rust Belt. And Omaha 2nd flips,
Super chat wrap.
John for 2. What Democrats do in Gaza is bad? Hashtag free Palestine. Huh? I'm a bit confused
Yeah,
with that
because
super chat.
like Israelis are the real Nazis and
Oh,
Democrats are other.
but yeah,
Democrats are the real
I
fascists.
think Democrats have a big problem with that no one wants to admit.
I
So
think Democrats have a big problem calling they're fucking Democrats.
that's real. Um, again, this is not gonna be the map. If it somehow is, I would be shocked. But it just like, all right, if Biden somehow brings back the blue wall, you still need that backup pathway to the presidency. In this scenario, are you okay, sir?
Yeah, I'm fine. Like I said, I'm drinking moonshine.
Oh, good lord. Can they call a special session? I believe they can, but they want to get it done ASAP because they don't want to be have some court challenge in 2 months where, oh no, it doesn't apply to this election. It applies in 2028 or whatever. So I think it's a good idea. I mean, it's one electoral vote, but might as well just do that just in case. But what do you think about this, Tyrone?
You might want to get that fact checked by real American patriot Bucko. I think it'll pass.
Okay.
And wait, we're still talking about Nebraska, right?
Yeah, I think it does pass. I mean, why would they throw?
Look, Killens is pretty. Like all Killens has to do is extend. Like he either has to call for a special session, or all he has to do is extend the current session. With how they're handling it right now, with bundling it up with voter ID, it legit might be dealt with as early as midnight tonight, and then he could sign it as early as tomorrow. So don't be surprised if that does happen, chat.
John for 2. I voted Trump in 2020, but I support Palestine. Good to know.
Many such cases.
Yeah, there are a bunch of people that support Palestine that vote Republican.
It's a shame both sides can't lose.
We're not getting this argument again like last night. But yeah, so I think that either way, I think Nebraska, I mean, if they had the balls to do this in an election year, well, I'll take it. Because, I mean, that's just one free electoral vote that you have just in case. Plus, I just kind of see it funny how Maine can't change their map, but Nebraska can. Because apparently just the law, it's not even like in the Constitution. It's just like, oh yeah, the law from 1991 or whatever. You know, it's like not even amendment. No, it's just a law. But yeah, beforehand they couldn't get rid of it because I believe Nebraska is a weird filibuster law where it works just like the U.S. Senate, but they can't get rid of it type of ordeal. So yeah, that's what's happening in Nebraska.
Many things are happening in Nebraska.
I can't believe we're talking about Nebraska. But hopefully that happens, and I would also go further and just say, hey, let's redistrict Don Bacon. Give him more Republican seat.
I fucking love moonshine. By the way, just so you know, in like 40 minutes, I gotta go for something.
Right. That's fine. Changing main for Dems could backfire in a few cycles. Maybe, but I just still think it's gonna be like leaning Democrat for the next like 20 years. That's my opinion, but who knows?
Michael Polling has the Republican winning the Washington race, governor 39-40.
I saw that. Dave Reicher's up over by 9. He's a moderate, but that it just reminds me of Tiffany Smiley. I'm not falling for it again.
Yeah, after what happened with Smiley, I would like to see funny things happen down in
Washington.
I would like to see funny things happen in Washington, but they're not going to happen. We're not going to win.
Yeah, I think it's going to be closer because Reicher's a well-liked dude up there, but I just don't see it, flipping. When was the last time a Republican even won the governorship in Washington? Like 2000?
I have no clue. I don't know, dude.
I'm going to look it up. I don't remember. I can't list the governors of Washington. The last one was in the 1980s. Yeah, that's not flipping this cycle. It's going to be closer, I think, but there's so many undecideds. They're probably all Democrats. Unless Reichert somehow pulls it off, like running up through King County, where Seattle is. That's the only way that could happen, because he was a former sheriff. But I just don't see that as a realistic possibility. Let's see. Yeah, 1980s. All right, so enough of Nebraska stuff. That is
1984.
1984. Oh, good lord. The meme is back. But yeah, anyways, Nebraska's second. That's a pretty big deal because we could just theoretically win without the Rust Belt. Again, I would not try that strategy, but
I would love to see that strategy be tried.
That's not. I would not risk it.
Sir, I'm from the South.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, I would not risk, banking on like Nevada and Arizona. If one of them goes Democrat, you're just screwed. So, um, let's see. I predicted 2012. Hold on. I don't know what the guy's saying. I predicted 2012. Yeah, sure, buddy. 2016, 2020. Yeah, sure. Economic growth is too strong. Ah, yes, the economy is growing. It's the strongest economy ever. Oh man. All right. So should we talk about the what happened last night in Wisconsin, or should we talk with the RNC stuff?
I mean, what do you want to talk
I kind of
about?
want to get talk a little bit about the Wisconsin stuff because I did a video on this
If you're
today.
biased.
Well, not only that, but I just want to get out of the way
No, I know.
because.
I'm fucking with you, man. Don't worry.
All right, so we did get the final results for both referendums. Question 1 succeeded by 10 or 9. Question 2 succeeded by 17. Big win for Republicans in the state. I mean,
Big win.
big news. But yeah, I
big
mean,
news.
this
Everyone has forgotten about Dash Dabrowski. I'm so sad.
But this was despite the Republican turnout sucking in Wisconsin. I mean, this was bad turnout on the Republican side. I looked at the math and looked at other states. Biden's number of 577,000 votes, or the Democrat turnout, this is roughly in line with other states like Minnesota, Ohio, Michigan, as a percent of 2020. Well, with Biden, the Republican side, turnout was so bad that Trump in 2020, despite being uncontested, despite it being during COVID, he got more votes Republicans did this entire primary in the state. Think about that. I mean, Trump back then got more votes. That's how bad of turnout it was. Despite that, Republicans won both referendums, and they won a couple mayorships, like in Kenosha. They won a bunch of school board races in Waukesha. So, again, this was because of the weather. People just don't mention that half the state was like 14 inches of snow. And that's what Republicans got to realize more. That
you know who else is 14 inches?
Stop.
Subway at their 14-inch foot long.
But yeah, so with Wisconsin, it was just a turnout thing for Republicans. And even then, conservatives up and down the ballot did just fine, despite there only being a slight turnout advantage for the Republican Party. If turnout was like other states, like Ohio and stuff, this question 1 and 2 would have passed by like 20, 30 points. That's how big of a deal it was, but I think Republicans still did good enough in the state. Yeah, it's like Adam Laxalt. Yeah, he lost because of weather. Here was just nobody cared because everyone knew who won, and it was bad weather. So, yeah, people are not going to vote. Now, there was some early voting, which explains why Democrats didn't have that big of a drop-off, but Republicans didn't use it much. So, any last thoughts on Wisconsin, good sir?
No, I don't.
You don't like Wisconsin, do you?
No, I told you I'm inebriated.
Let's see. Rap economic growth is at 3.5%, much higher consistently than Trump and Obama's economy. If you really think this economy is better than Trump's, you're just nuts. If you actually believe that, or hell, even Obama's at least was recovering from COVID. This is just nothing. If this is Wisconsin results with terrible Republican turnout, imagine what happens if they actually went. Yeah, I mean, Republicans probably would have had 900,000 votes. There are 300,000 voters that probably didn't vote because of what happened, which would explain some results on the referendum map. I mean, you have places like Vernon voting no. This is a Trump county, but you have La Crosse voting yes. There are definitely some results here that were inflated because of the weather. And I think if Republicans turned out at full force, like they have in other states, they would have won by 20, 30 points. And hell, even places like Milwaukee, their referendums barely succeeded. And there's a bunch of Democrats backing it. So either way, Wisconsin results, that was nothing of a surprise here. I mean, was there anything that really was a surprise last night? I mean, everyone won by expected margins, and unexpected on the Democrat side got 48,000 votes. So, all right. Do you think the fall questions passed? They're not November 5th. They're beyond the down ballot, primary ballot. I don't know what the fall questions are yet. I didn't hear about them. Hey, Rap,
Fallout, like the video game Fallout?
No. Who said Fallout?
Me.
Oh, thank you. All right. So I want to touch upon, like, the whole point of the stream, though, is, like, yeah, I just want to quickly talk about Nebraska and Wisconsin. But this might be the biggest development of the campaign. Remember how everyone was saying that the Trump campaign was broke and that the RNC had no money and it was over for Trump?
You know who is broke?
Good lord. But, yeah. Trump and the RNC raised $66 million in March, and that's without their two big fundraisers coming up this week. Which now they're saying, on Saturday in Mar-a-Lago, they're expecting $40 million. Double what Biden got.
But guys, don't worry. Trump's the unelectable candidate,
and next week,
Trump's the unelectable candidate, and like, just trust me, bro.
Trust me. But no, seriously, it's like Trump's gonna raise.
These motherfuckers smoke crack when they try to deny Trump's a strong candidate.
Yeah. Well, luckily, Trump's gonna raise between $30 to $40 million this Saturday, and I actually understated that. I said it was gonna be like 30 million. Now it's looking like it's gonna be 40 million, according to what many people are saying. So now you get these people saying, "Well, that's not enough." Excuse me, what? You made a big deal about Biden raising 25 million, but now 40 million's not enough? It's only going to his legal fees. No. These idiots don't even understand campaign finance laws. Guess what? Not all this money is going towards Biden's campaign. It can't. The laws in the book say no. You can only, I think the limit's like $5,000 for campaigns, right? Or something like that. Yeah, either way, campaigns can raise like $5,000 per person, but the rest of the money went to the DNC and other related PACs. Same through the Trump fundraiser. And only like 1% is going to like the super PAC that's dealing with Trump's legal stuff. So what are you talking about that? These are all going towards Trump's legal fees. It won't. And that's just this last month. 40 million this next Saturday. Next week, I think they're raking another 10 million from Georgia. I mean, he's got his fundraising under control after months of people saying, no, this is the end of Orange Man. Former President Trump and the RNC raised $65.6 million in March and ended the month with $93 million in cash on hand, according to figures provided to Politico. Yeah. It took 1 month.
Unelectable, guys. Yeah. Unelectable. Trump is toxic. He can't raise money. He's not some kind of machine. Pack it up, guys. Let's go home.
This also debunks the theories about Laura Trump, by the way. In 1 month, Laura Trump and Michael Whatley at the RNC have completely solved the financial crisis at the RNC. 1 month. I mean...
Oh, do me a big favor. DM this article to me, actually.
What?
DM this article.
DM?
Message me the article.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, sorry about that. I forgot to send that. Here you go. I sent it to the Discord thing. All right.
Okay, thank you.
But yeah, so Trump, they fixed it in 1 month. What does that tell you about Ronna Romney McDaniel? What does that tell you? That she's incompetent.
You know what that tells you? You know what that tells me, Rap? You want to know what that really, honest to God, tells me about Ronna
yeah,
Romney?
Sure.
I don't even want to call her fucking McDaniel. She's a Romney. Let's call her for what it is. That tells me that she and her whole gaggle of cronies over in the DNC are just playing with our fucking money and don't give a shit about elections, and they don't give a shit about winning, and all they care about is their fucking gay-ass DEI initiatives and virtue signaling and saying, help, we're broke, guys. That's why, like, they can't raise money for shit because they're a bunch of fucking inept idiots who don't know how to actually do any of this fucking shit.
And this next...
So, yeah, there's a reason that Minnesota GOP suffered under McDaniel, but Michigan. Because she was Michigan, but because of the fact that we won Michigan in 2016.
Not because of her.
Yeah, no, I'm legitimately convinced the sole reason she's chair is because Trump was trying to play nice with like Romney or something like that.
Yeah. Sam Hatz for 5. So what was Ronna McDaniel doing? Just not even contacting donors? I will say this about Ronna. Before, like, 2021, Her one positive strength was she could fundraise. This is the craziest thing of this entire situation. Before 2021, she was an excellent fundraiser. The RNC back then had a shitload of money. The problem is, they got complacent. They spent it on God knows what, probably the garbage outreach centers that don't actually outreach to minority voters. And the other half went to Botox and stuff like that. I mean, I might be exaggerating, but would you really be surprised if like $20 million with the Botox or whatever? And flowers? I remember that. They spent 20 million, or not 20 million, like $1 million on flowers and limousines. It's like, really? Trump's allies hope the amount will ease concerns about his fundraising and cash deficit he's facing against Biden. The figure, which covers a number of fundraising vehicles that will all have to disclose their activities to FEC later this month, outpaces the $62 million that Trump raised in March 2020 when he was running for re-election. So even this is the funniest part. This campaign is so broke that they raised more this year, in this month, March 2024, than Trump did in March 2020. Granted, you had COVID and stuff, but he's raising more as not the incumbent in the same month. I mean, how could these people look at this and say the Republican Party had a fundraising problem? No. The Republican Party has a management problem. I mean, what's Ron doing for the past 5 years? I'm being serious. What has she done the past 3 years? 3 to 4 years as chair before she was thrown out. I mean, I can't think of a single election she won.
Yeah, no, like, I'm sorry. Yet again, you know what my lesson from all this is, man?
What?
My lesson from all this is, yet again, don't trust a never Trumper. Well, actually, I can't say that in good conscience because JD Vance, but he's genuinely
That's a different one.
That's it. Yeah, no, he's like a sole exception. It's like that, yeah, no, like you said, it's not a money raising problem. It's an issue almost entirely to do with fucking mismanagement. Like, yeah, no, don't trust never Trumpers, don't trust rhinos, don't trust the grifters, etc., etc.
Well,
Because it's now being proven that it's like all these people who hate Trump are willing to, and like they are intentionally mismanaging shit to leave him behind.
Well, this debunks a lot of theories, by the way, about the current coalition. They are the new people that want to donate. They're willing to donate. You just got to give them a reason to.
What? Honestly, the more that I think about it, you saying the GOP doesn't have a fundraising problem, they have a mismanagement problem. That's the story of our era. I mean, and you and I have talked about WinRed on stream and privately before with how horribly managed
I've heard more about it.
Yeah. So again, like, what does that tell you, chat? Say it. Okay, chat. Say it with me, chat. Ronna Romney is the economy problem.
True. And can you just explain to people about the WinRed stuff? Because you told me about this like 2 years ago. You were ahead of the curve on this.
Oh, yeah, no. Well, I mean, I'm ahead of the curve on a lot of things.
But yeah, can you just explain with the WinRed stuff? Because it's bad.
Oh, yeah, no. Basically, under McDaniel, a lot of where the WinRed money was going wasn't actually going to any campaigns. It was going almost exclusively to, like, consultancy agencies and whatnot. So like people like to complain about the consultancy establishment. Like, no, that was our reality under McDaniel.
Yeah. I mean,
General Hydra for 2, Ron is a gold digger and a spoiled child. So true.
Oh yeah. I mean, you can't tell me you had one of the largest fundraising hauls back in 2020 ever for any PAC or any committee, and somehow it's gone in 5 months. How? How is that even possible? And that was after the election. They sold like $100 million after the election. So it's like, where did $100 million go? It can't go through lawsuits because what lawsuits did they file? I can't think of one. Let's see here. Biden's political operations yet to announce its March fundraising haul, though it has said it raised $25 million during a New York City fundraiser last week, which, by the way, people forget that they had to bring back Obama for this fundraiser. Hell, they had to bring Clinton. And then wasn't Lizzo there also? Or something like that? They had to bring everyone here, and they raised $25 million. And then he went to Wall Street and raised a couple extra million. They had to bring everyone just for people to donate money to this campaign.
Hey guys, donate to our campaign, guys. We're gonna
We got Lizzo here.
we got the world's fattest black woman. Vote for us, please.
I mean, just when you have to bring back Clinton and Obama for your fundraising stuff, that's not good. Like you have to bring
It just tells me that there is immense incompetency going on.
Well, no, I just
That's
think
all it is.
I think they realized that the only people that could fundraise worth a damn is Obama, because he's still the face of the Democrat Party.
You know, because Obama's our brown savior, guys. He's our brown socialist savior. Obama can literally do no fault ever.
I don't get it. So the former president is old but certain to be a cash disadvantage against Biden. Trump advisor conceded. But yeah, I mean, yeah, every non-incumbent usually is, except Biden back in 2020, but that's an extreme circumstance. And hell, even back in 2016, Trump was outfunded by like 3-1, I think it was. He still won.
Yeah, no, like this is literally one of the stories of our era. Republicans are consistently outfunded by Democrats by between 2 to 3-1, like a range of 2-1 to 3-1. Sometimes it's evenly matched in some areas, typically California where there's more money. Sometimes it can get even worse.
And I think the problem is, though, is like Republicans still got a lot of billionaires. They make it sound like the Republicans have lost every single big donor. That's false. Yeah, I could name 3 top of my head, like right off the bat, like someone like Woody Johnson from the Jets. He's a big Republican fundraiser or donator. But it's like
what's the name of the dude who runs Oracle? Larry something. He's a pretty big Republican donor as well.
You have like people like Steve Wynn and Robert Mercer. It's like there's plenty of big donors, but the problem is, you got to give them a reason to donate. You can't lie to them and say, quick, invest $1 million into frickin' Oregon Senate race or whatever. That's what's happening. And these big donors get tapped out after a while. And they don't understand that. If you would actually communicate with these people where to donate, like they are this Saturday, I believe, in Mar-a-Lago, you're going to raise $40 million. $40 million in one day.
You know where Trump should start going to fundraise at?
Where?
Trump needs to do his biggest rally ever in South Brooklyn.
South Brooklyn? Seriously?
Yes. Brooklyn and Staten Island collectively make up the 2 most right-shifting areas in New York City. He could make so much money and get record levels of attendance from there.
But I just love how, like, everyone's complaining about how the Trump campaign took over everything, but the second they did, they fixed all the funding problems. You can't tell me that's a coincidence. I mean, in under a month, you're telling me, oh yeah, we were bankrupt a month ago? No, we're not now. We got our fundraising.
By the way, this just goes to show you that this is also I am 100% willing to bet this is the same story with certain other state Republican parties, like the Michigan and Arizona party. Like if we're being shown that the issue has been mismanagement with the national party, I want people to start doing investigations into who's running like the Arizona Republican Party or Michigan Republican Party or Pennsylvania Republican Party.
General Hydra for 2, she's such a pathetic mess and have no shame. Yeah, I mean, Ronna sucks. But yeah, I mean, there should be investigations like Arizona, because the stuff I'm hearing out of that state daily, and then you got the shit show in Arizona's 5th with, what is it, 5th with Masters or 4th?
I think it's 4th.
Should we talk about that, by the way? Did you hear about that?
Yeah, no, I haven't.
So Blake Masters, his first major ad buy was released today. I gotta tell you, he basically, in a nutshell, he called Abe a Muslim, and that's why you shouldn't vote for him. I could send you the ad if you want me to.
Yeah, please do.
But yeah, this ad was actually pretty, it's like, part of it saying like, you know, hey, he said America was, in an Islamic country or something like that. That's what I meant. Yeah.
But again, literally all he has to do at this point is just say, yeah, he's pro Palestine.
Well, that's basically what he's implying. He blamed the, yeah, you can watch it. I can't really show it here because of copyright reasons. It's only a 20-second ad. I can't really show it. But yeah, I mean, he attacked Abe bad. And Abe's campaign apparently is not doing anything. They're kind of just sitting there. They're just banking on Trump's endorsement. That's why I think Masters could win, by the way. Because his campaign's so freaking lazy. Arizona 8th. Yeah, thank you. Arizona 8th. Found out Islamic principles. Yeah, that's what he said. Apparently back like 10 years ago, he said that the West was founded on Islamic principles or whatever.
He's literally doing the one Trump image where the caption is just, "You're a Mexican."
Yeah, so I think this is a good move, though. The attack Blake Master, or not, Abe Hamadeh is a fraud, because that's what he is. I mean, I'm sorry, but I don't care what your religion is, but the stuff he said about it 10
I
years
care what
ago,
your religion is. Stop being a Muslim.
Good lord, but... Well,
Stop being Muslim. You're not allowed to be Muslim. There aren't... Hey, what's up, Real Text?
Hey, Real Texan joined.
Uh,
So yeah, we're talking about the Blake Masters stuff, and I think that Masters might win. Did you see that ad, by the way, Texan?
Oh, what ad? Was that from Blake Mass? Oh, this one?
The Blake Masters ad, yeah. So,
Nah, not yet.
you should, essentially calls him a Muslim. That's why you shouldn't vote for him.
You're a Mexican.
You're Mexican. But, no, for real, it's like, especially with what's happening in, like, Israel, you got a bunch of boomer cons, like, saying, we gotta support Israel and stuff. That ad might actually work. That's a crazy thing. It might actually move the needle. I would laugh, though, that's what caused them to win. And then you have the meltdown from Abe's people. It's like, no, who freaking... It's not an offensive ad. You see, you've been saying a lot of crap about Masters for months now. I don't want to hear it. These same people that insulted Masters at every turn, they're suddenly mad. Oh, how dare he attack his religion? Oh, how dare he? It's like, yeah, go look up what Abe's people have been saying about Masters for 5 months now. It's not really that bad compared to what they were saying a couple months ago. And you get to some of these people, they're just losing their freaking minds over it.
All right, I gotta get going.
All right, well, adios,
All right,
Taro.
hey, one Texan joins us. See y'all.
See ya.
Yeah.
Now we got Real Texan.
Yeah, I mean, when you said Muslim, I thought you were talking about Japan with the recent news.
What?
Japan's apparently going to be letting in a bunch of foreigners
Oh, I
for
saw
jobs.
that. No, I'm talking about like the Blake Masters versus Abe. That stuff. That's his main ad.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. What the hell? I support Hamadeh personally, but the fact he lost the Attorney General race should encourage him to run again. Masters should wait out and run for Senate 2020. I disagree. I think Masters should be in the House. Because I don't think he's been in the Senate for a while. If he somehow does. Because the problem with Blake Masters is just he's ran one statewide. It's like, unless you win the House a couple times, I don't see you winning statewide. The Sandwich Man for 2. Wall Street Journal, Trump is up in Pennsylvania more than Georgia somehow. I think that's just a polling miss. I think it just statistical noise. I think Trump's gonna be better in Georgia. So
It's like the most likely that he's going to flip.
yeah, I think he flips Georgia. I mean, could it be a scenario where he does worse in Georgia compared to Pennsylvania? I guess, but with the demographics of those states, I don't think so. Because Georgia, there's a large African American vote. It's like 30% or whatever. If they just don't vote, or they actually vote Republican. Yeah.
I mean, I think part of it could have also just been the George Floyd effect. I don't know if we're going to even get that this time.
I don't know. It's a Democrat president, so that's probably going to be nothing this year. Well, there was during Obama, but... how do you think Lake will respond if Masters wins the primary? I don't even want to go down that route, because that's not going to be fun. I hope Masters wins, though. But
She'll probably just stay out of it.
yeah. Yeah, we were also talking about the fundraising stuff. So in 1 month, somehow, the RNC has fixed their fundraising problems after Trump's people took over. In 1 month.
Gee, I wonder why that is.
So, yeah, they raised $66 million ever since they've got rid of Rana. Which should tell you everything, by the way. I mean, $66 million, 1 month. They raised that in like 12 months. Now they did it 1 month, so...
Yeah, I wonder why that is.
Look, it's Rana. I mean, you have
Oh,
a
yeah.
competent like that, and this just proves a point that the Republicans could fundraise. There's a lot of money out there for them to get. The problem is, it's not like they're going to donate to you no matter what. You got to give them a reason to donate. Why do you think people donate to Trump every month? They don't do it because, oh, he's Republican. No, because they just like the guy. Not
I think
sympathy.
having a Trump on the RNC leadership is a big boost right there.
I could see that because it gives people like the idea of like, okay, these people are gonna actually be on Trump's side because it's his daughter-in-law, you know. So,
I mean, even if it was Ivanka instead of Laura, I mean, I'm not a Ivanka fan, but she'd probably be a moneymaker.
oh yeah, I think so too. But she's sent out Trump's second term, thank God. But
Hmm.
I think that Laura's just doing a good job, and Michael Whatley. I mean, how can you look at this and say the Trump campaign has destroyed the RNC? The second they take over, they fix everything. Yeah, I'm sure that's their fault. Surely. Let's see. Trump endorsed Hamadeh to use reverse psychology trick the McCain Shields to vote for Masters over my evil Blumph candidate. That would, I would go that far, but if that's how Blake Masters wins because a bunch of like boomers.
I
vote
mean,
for
there
Masters.
is an establishment candidate already running,
Yeah.
so
I could see that. You know, but
and even then, I think Trump really only endorsed Hamadeh because of Lake.
yeah, I think he would have stayed out of it if it wasn't for like. I don't know why she likes Hamadeh so much. I never got that. Like, why? Is it because of the election stuff? Is it just like
Pretty
oh,
much, it's the election stuff.
freaking really? It's like Masters lost by 5. What do you expect them to do? Challenge a race like that? Who's that one Republican in like a D plus 80 seat that challenged a race in 2020? I forgot who it was, but like it was like downtown
I
LA.
think he blocked me on Twitter.
Yeah, it was like a Blexit candidate. We're gonna go to the election office to sort this out. We won this race. It's like, yeah. It was like some deep blue seat that happened in. It's like, do you want him to do that? And obviously, with how Lake's numbers have gone down since what happened in 2022, Master made the right move. I get nothing against
Errol
Lake,
Weber,
but
that's what his name is.
what?
Errol Weber, that's what his name is.
Yeah, like we won this race fair and square in this Bynum plus 80 seat. We're gonna go to the election office to sort this out or whatever it was. Let's see. Probably the election stuff. Oh yeah, it's just because Hamadeh challenged the stuff, and again, I mean, you could say what you want about the election stuff. Masters would have committed political suicide if you would have went forward with it. You know, if you lost by 1, you could argue something, but 5? I mean, how can you argue that and say that's a legitimate concern? Like, you lost by 5 points because of voter fraud. That's not gonna happen.
I mean, you win some, you lose some. I mean, he probably would have gotten more fans if he did challenge, but it also would have lost a lot of fans. So
Yeah, it would have just canceled out because a bunch of like independents would have been turned off by it. Like, okay, dude, you lost by 5 points. What are you doing? And like a quarter of a point, like Lake. Even with Lake, her numbers went down after that, and that was with a legitimate concern. But let's see. Dan Fry is gaining momentum. Bacon could very well go down. Yeah, did the Freedom Caucus just endorse Fry?
Fry and what?
Bacon seat.
Oh, it's Omaha. I don't think that's gonna affect him much.
Yeah, so
I think most Republicans there are still the Romney types. So
yeah, so Bob Good did endorse Fry, and apparently the Freedom Caucus did also. So again, Fry I support just because I want to get rid of Bacon. I don't think it's really worth it. Like if Fry wins that seat somehow, I would laugh, but I think Bacon loses either way. He's just pissed off too many people, I think, but I don't know. Let's see. Bob Good did. Yeah, Bob Good endorsed Dan Fry. He could win, but Bacon has some money behind him. And he's seen as the independent Republican, aka just a liberal, so. Let's see. Kathy Barnett. Oh yeah, I remember that. To remind me of her. That whole situation was not fun. Hey Rap, have you seen LT Copa, Wisconsin with New York because of Nikki Haley? His viewers also freaked out over an April Fool's joke because it was about Nimrata being a VP. Oh, of course they did. Man Milk for 2. Have you ever tried Sputch's Scum? It's real sweet. I have no clue what that is. Is it like the thing from, like, Family Guy or something? I don't know. We need Adam Morgan to primary DI shill William Timmons. Timmons not going down. He's been there for too long. Alright. Real Texan, got anything else to say? Anything else interesting happening?
Not that I know of.
We went over Wisconsin, which again, that was blizzard caused a lot of problems. That's why turnout was low. So, people complain about Fry being unelectable in general, even though Bacon is unelectable in the primary. Yeah, they never mention the primary. They always say, well, he's unelectable in the general. Yeah, but you still gotta be electable for both. Rand Paul for Treasury Secretary. No. Well, I would just keep him in the Senate because he's more useful there. The respectful bipartisan Holden Bloodfest. That's real. Bailey Spangler for 5. Just recently donated to the RNC for the first time since 2020. Was waiting for Ronna to leave. I guarantee there's a bunch of people that think the same stuff. You know, it's like, well, I'm not going to donate to Ronna Romney McDaniel. She's a Romney for crying out loud. Why would I support that? I mean, I can't... Did she have to, like, change her name in the first place just to get the position? Or something crazy? I thought it was like she changed her name right after. Or right before. Just to get the position. That should tell you how popular Romney is, Republican Party. He's so popular that he needed Trump's endorsement to win in Utah. Rap. Who are the people Gravity Falls vote for the presidential election? I don't really care. Or no. Fake Texan politics. Let's see. Hey, Rap, if Bacon does win this primary, Republicans should endorse a Democratic candidate as a big FU to Bacon. I would usually agree, but you're just getting like Tony Vargas, whoever the guy's name is. So, I won't do that. I won't support that because it's just a partisan dem. Alright, if anyone got any more super chats, any more questions, concerns, comments, begin sending them now. Because, kind of a quicker stream today. I wanted to go over the RNC stuff, the Nebraska stuff, which... Again, that's a big ordeal if Nebraska changed the map. And we did the math and stuff. It's just one vote, but worst case scenario could affect stuff.
Apparently that guy that changed parties is still going to vote against it.
Crap. Then why did they... Then I'm confused why they're making this push now.
Well, I mean, I think he changed parties because of abortion.
Yeah, but I don't know. It just the timing of it seems weird. Like, they knew he was flipping, and then maybe they had an agreement. I don't know. But it's just a random time to, like, make this push now, you know? And then suddenly he flips parties. I mean, I guess it's possible that it was just a coincidence, but you would assume that they knew they had the votes to accomplish that. But maybe he votes against filibuster or something, and that's why they get him. Who should Wisconsin run for Wisconsin governor 2026? Tom Tiffany. I think he runs. Will Evers run for his third term? Wisconsin, the third term's usually death sentence politically. So, good luck. Good luck.
Honestly, I mean, I could be fine with Hovde running for governor if he doesn't win this time.
I think Hovde has a good shot at winning. I'm really starting to think that he does because the Baldwin campaign is asleep at the wheel right now, and she's at that magic number 3. She's been there for 2 terms right now. This is her third election for the Senate. In Wisconsin, for whatever reason, when you hit number 3. It somehow means a death sentence for you. It happened with Scott Walker that technically was 4th, but that 3rd actual election, not frickin' the recall stuff. For whatever reason, it's 3 elections and you're out for like a statewide race. Michigan runs to the right of... Does Michigan run to the right of Wisconsin? No. I still don't believe that. I just... You're talking about something that hasn't happened since like... What? The 40s? Michigan voting the right of Wisconsin? Maybe Jimmy Carter?
Technically, I think 1988.
Yeah, okay, yeah, 1988, excuse me. Yeah, I forgot about that. But, like, you're talking about 40, 60 years, or 40 years ago? I just don't see how that's even possible. Because you're talking about, you know, 60 years worth of political history just down the toilet. My guess is possible that the coalitions are changing that much. So, Rich Barris said Trump is pulling better in Michigan and Pennsylvania than Wisconsin because Trump is improving with minorities and Wisconsin's the least minorities of the three. I guess that could explain a little bit, but I just refuse to accept that, hey, Trump is going to do so much worse in Wisconsin because minorities. It's like, I don't know. Rachel Maddow for £2. Sorry I'm late. I was making it with Jen Psaki. Good lord. I live in Michigan, and I think it's possible. People are done with Biden. I guess it's, if, like, black turnout's 0, then maybe. That just seems very difficult for Trump to, like, do worse than Wisconsin. Just because of demographics.
Oh, by the way, did you see the new poll for New York 16th?
No.
So apparently Bowman may actually get primaried out.
Bowman goes down.
I don't know what poll. I don't know. I'm not sure who conducted this poll, but Latimer 52, Bowman at 35.
If Bowman goes down because of a stunt he pulled, that would have been, that's sweet justice right there. Because the fact that he got away with that, I mean, you have George Santos thrown out for some BS ethics complaint, but then you have him pulling a fire alarm during an official proceeding.
Let's be real here. I don't think the fire alarm is a reason for this.
Well, no, I'm not saying it's 100% that, but I'm just saying, like, it's sweet justice for him. He's get thrown out, possibly. That's what I meant.
I think this is like a big Jewish district, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. I'm not saying it's just because...
I think this is like an APAC race, so...
Maybe.
Oh, yeah, what is this? White Plains, Yonkers? Yeah, that's...
Run Michaels again. Michaels not running again. He had his chance and he didn't. He ran twice, didn't go too good. I kind of wish he does run for something else as a meme, but we just won't. Very much sucks that he lost. Man up for 2. I'm in a suburb DC. Biden enthusiasm is low everywhere. Yeah, I mean, it's bad. The only voters voting for Biden still are, like, white suburban voters. That's it. I mean, outside of, like, white college grads and, like, university towns, that's all he has left. He has the white suburban voter that thinks it's the 1990s where, we need to have wars across the entire world. We need to bomb Iraq and stuff. That's coalition now.
Oh, by the way, speaking of which, John Bolton endorsed Dave McCormick.
Of course he did. McCormick's gonna get crushed. He's gonna get absolutely walled. He may not be within 10. I mean, he's spending so much money, but it's just a waste of money. He's gonna get absolutely crushed. Unless Trump wins by, like, 5 points, and even then, I don't know. Bob Casey's a strong recruit, or strong candidate for Dems, so... who should run for Ohio governor 2026 in the GOP? Warren Davidson. I would support Davidson. Rachel Maddow for 2. I'm voting for Howard Dean.
Yeah.
That's like 20 years ago. That's an old meme. Yeah, Howard Dean, the guy that's famous for the scream that somehow ended his campaign. Yeah, that's a real reason to end a campaign right there, because he screamed. Yes, I'm not supporting him because of that. Thank you. Let's see. Trump winning Michigan, but losing Pennsylvania, Wisconsin's a big lull moment. If that happens, we lose Wisconsin, I'm just gonna... There might be a problem. There might be a big problem with the Rust Belt. Man Dog for 2. My base grandfather fell for the McCormick PSYOP. What's PSYOP? That he can actually win? Let's see. Joe Lieberman, I have information that will lead to the arrest of Hillary Clinton. Alright. If last calls for any super chats and anything like that, so, yeah, there's stuff going on in, I guess, Bowman's seat. He might go down. That would be hilarious. But yeah, I think AIPAC's funding someone there.
I think Ilhan Omar's race was also tied in a poll.
But that was, like, eternal for the Samuels guy, so.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I think that, that's a one positive about this. Like, AIPAC might, like, throw a bunch of Democrats out.
I will say, I mean, there's a lot of progressives in Omar's seat. She could hold on if they're energized to vote for her because of Gaza.
Yeah, that might be the only reason she survives. She's a Gaza, which
I don't think Tlaib has a primary opponent, and she's probably going to run. I don't think she'd. I'm not really. I doubt she's going to run for president.
There's no way she announces now. I mean, why would she? There's no way she gets on the ballot. Unless she runs a write-in candidate, just like write-in Rashid Tlaib.
I mean, if he's running as like an independent, I mean, maybe not even that.
Well, the problem is like a bunch of states already have like filing deadlines coming up, so you would need to like get on ASAP and somehow have like RFK support level support. That's the only way that would make sense. She doesn't. She has like Jill Stein support.
I don't know. Maybe she's waiting for like Rafah to get invaded and then jump in, but even then, that's going to be like too late.
Wait, until what gets invaded?
The Rafah and Gaza.
Yeah, that might. If that happens, Biden might have a problem. You think he has a problem now? If that gets invaded, yeah, good luck. He's gonna piss off everyone more. Stuart Howard for 5. Do you think Trump could win with 45% considering RFK's on the ballot? I don't see any other way he gets doesn't get 45%. Yeah, I think it's 45% no matter what. I just don't see him getting worse.
Dude, the RFK people, they have been like
insane.
I mean, they are out in full force trying to get everyone to sign petitions like on my college campus.
They're trying. I just don't.
I mean, no labels as well. Like it's.
What is the labels doing? Right, I don't get what they're freaking doing.
I mean, they're just using any excuse to go against the two-party system, and
who do they got?
They have nobody.
Who do they freaking got left? I mean, Hogan said no, that was their best shot with Hogan and Manchin. They both said "F you," and now it's like, who are you gonna run? Mitt Romney or freaking Cinema or something?
I don't even think. I mean, pretty much anyone that would have ran is supporting Biden.
Yeah, I think at this point they got to get someone to run because for some states they have to run someone to give their ballot access. So, Doomsday Machine for 5. Wisconsin will probably be 51% Trump, Biden 45%, RFK 3%, other 1%. I wouldn't say that they would lead for Trump, but that seems about right. Rachel Maddow for 5. The saddest thing about Bush was that he could have been Suckler based post 9/11. He could have deported so many people and shut down the border. Well, yeah, he could have done some good stuff for America, but he wasted on the war in Iraq. So, Glitch Evie for 2. Stan Pines for Senate 2026. Stan Pines, I think it's Oregon for Gravity Falls, right? I think.
I'm guessing.
Yeah. Let's see. When is the Trump fundraiser supposed to begin? So it's gonna be this Saturday. He's supposed to raise $40 million, double what Biden raised. But no one's gonna say a word about it. Oh, $40 million, that's not enough. But Biden raising $25 million with 3 other presidents. Oh, that's a great sign for Joe.
Biden's gonna raise $1 trillion, and Trump is gonna be broke.
I mean, again, the reason he couldn't fundraise as much was because of Nikki Haley staying in the race. That's a fact. There are laws in the book saying if you're not the nominee, you can't fundraise with your party. That's why Biden is able to fundraise so much, because they declared him the nominee months ago, effectively. But with the Republican Party, they kept the primary going. Man Milk for 2. The McCormick psyop is him pretending to be conservative. Yeah, that's McCormick. Totally a conservative. Yeah, sure. Primary results are not everything, but the text primary results completely debunk the idea that some of text is going to go blue. Colin Elred is Beto O'Rourke 2.0. Yeah, Colin Elred's going to get crushed for Cruz standards. I mean, how do you think Cruz is going to do against that clown?
He doesn't have the energy that Beto has, so.
The only thing that might help him is he's from Dallas, right?
Yeah.
That might help him a little bit, like Dallas area, but I don't know. Rachel Maddow for 2. I got rejected from my dream university today. I hate DEI. Yeah, DEI sucks. Stark County's been trending Republican since 2016. Yeah, Stark County's staying Republican. Or, yeah, it flipped. Or no, was that Zapata? One of the two. Either way, Stark County's flipping. If it didn't flip, I forgot. Breaking, McCormick switched to the Patriot Party, calls 2022 rigged. Real. Alright, anyways, folks, these are last calls for any other super chats. If you guys did enjoy the stream, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Trump gets a record fundraising, but gets $1 short of 33 million. Then the media will cry that Trump underperformed in fundraising. Yeah, they'll say, oh, it's only 33 million. Well, Biden set a historical record of 25 million. They're going to do that. Even if he reaches 40 million, they're going to say he only raised 40 million, but Joe Biden raised a record 25 million. So, have fun. Any last words, Real Texan?
No.
Alright, so yeah, again, this was a kind of a shorter stream. I wanted to get through some of the RNC stuff today. Wisconsin results are finished, and yeah, just not much happened, but yeah. 40,000 is big. Hot take, Oregon should split its electoral votes like Nebraska. I agree. We get extra electoral vote or two. Alright, we'll see you guys in the next stream, video, or wherever you from. Or wherever you see me from.